and then we will start the work. Okay. So you all are having the registers. Put today's date and now start writing. So write Unit 1. Unit 1. Diversity in living organisms. Unit 1. Diversity in living organisms. So weightage for this unit, 7 marks. 7 marks. Okay, so we'll have to do now 4 chapters in that. So 4 chapters and then 7 marks, so it will be divided. Okay, then later it may change also, children. Okay, this weightage can change also, it may vary little bit. So that I'll tell you very soon. Okay, then next unit number 2. Structural organization in animals and plants. Structural organization in animals and plants. Structural organization in animals and plants. In this unit, children, we will be doing about the animal tissues, plant tissues, plus the structural organization, the tissue system. Okay, now next unit, write down unit number 3. The weightage is 12 marks. You'll have noted now for this unit, second unit, 12 marks. Okay, then unit number 3, cell structure and function. Cell structure and function. Its weightage 15 marks. Weightage 15 marks. Then unit number 4, plant physiology. Plant physiology. So the weightage 18 marks. 18 marks. In this plant physiology only, children, we will be doing the cellular respiration, photosynthesis, then plant growth and development. Okay, all that will be there. Now next, human physiology, the last unit. Human physiology. So this will also have the same weightage. Done na? So this way we have to cover up this year all these topics. These many units and the total weightage for these units will be how much? Total how much? 70. Okay, so 70 marks and 30 marks for, so you can write down there. Practicals, 30 marks. So that way it makes up 100 marks biology. Done na? So now what I am thinking that today we will start with the unit, the cell structure and function. So what is the unit number? Check and tell. Which is the unit?
Unit 3.
Unit 3. Unit 3, that is cell structure and function. And we will be able to complete this unit very quickly क्योंकि सेल का स्ट्रक्चर और फंक्शन आपको पता है. बट एक चैप्टर इसमें है दैट इज सेल डिविजन, दैट यू विल नीड एक्सप्लेनेशन. वो सिर्फ आपको 10th में थोड़ा सा बताया है, दैट इज योर माइटोसिस एंड मियोसिस. Exactly, you all know that reproduction time, mitosis, cell division is involved, meiosis is involved. तो उस समय नाम और थोड़े से differences आपको बताए थे, just a basic. Okay, but now this year you will be studying in detail what is mitosis and what is meiosis. So we'll start today. Now before I tell you something, I would like you all to tell how much knowledge you all have of the cell, how much you are remembering what we did in the ninth standard. Is it clear? So you can write down the name of the unit, cell structure and function, today which we are starting, and first chapter of it. And what is the name of that first chapter? Sakshi is having the textbook. You
Yes,
can just see the textbook.
cell the unit of life.
Cell.
The unit of life.
Huh. Okay. Cell unit of life. The name of the chapter, Cell Unit of Life. So we are starting with that chapter. Okay. So now, how do we define cell? Quickly tell me. So today we'll discuss whatever you know, then I'll tell you the rest. So, but you keep noting the things. Okay, how do we define cell? Ishak, Jayamandal.
Cell is the smallest structural unit of life.
Okay. Jayamandal, can you repeat?
Yes,
Jayamandal,
ma'am.
can you
Cell
how
is
do
the
you
structure.
define cell?
Ma'am, cell is the structural functional unit of life.
Cell is the structure and function unit. So everyone write down. Quickly write it. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Now, how can you justify that it is the structural and functional unit? I want Anjan to justify that cell is structural unit.
It is
Cell.
unicellular organism which is capable of independent existence.
Okay. Anyone else now? Jatin, can you say that how can we justify that cell is the structural unit? कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स देके बताना है आपको.
Ma'am, because ma'am cells, ma'am a group of cells make tissues and ma'am a group of tissues makes organs, ma'am which is the structure of our body.
Okay, the organs then they function together and form the organ system. And then organ system makes up the whole body. You'll have to take up till there.
Yes,
Fine,
ma'am.
very good. Okay, now can you give Jatin one example ki जैसे one cell is there which is making this organ, then this organs make up this organ system. Can you take up one example?
Ma'am, nerve cell, ma'am, a
हाँ,
nerve cell, ma'am, a group of nerve cell makes the nervous tissue, and ma'am,
very
then
good.
it makes the nervous organ, nervous system.
अच्छा, organs, which organs it will make?
Ma'am, brain,
Brain. What else? Only brain. Think anyone else can also say in between. I said that we have a small class, there's no problem. You can say which other part, what is other part of the nervous system you have done. Brain क्या brain का extension क्या? We have done last year only. Tell me quickly. The extension of the brain is what? Which
ma'am,
runs
spinal cord.
into. Ah, very good. So brain, spinal cord, and then all the nerves. ओके अच्छा लास्ट ईयर आप लोग का ये पूरा ही चैप्टर तो डिलीट हो गया इसलिए आप लोग को याद ही नहीं है ओके सो ब्रेन स्पाइनल cord and then from the brain and the spinal cord many nerves are arising and those nerves are supplied to all each and every part of your body children okay so this way the nervous system is formed by the cell specific cell and that cell is the nervous cell okay so we can say that cell is the structural unit of Jamandal
Life.
life. Okay, so it is only making the life, it is only making the body, the organism, that and making it function also. Okay, so we say now functional unit. Who will give the one example that why we say that it is a functional unit? Now, I want some other example. यहाँ nerve cell का तो अपन ने दे दिया. I want now Jamandal to tell why we say that it is a functional unit.
Ma'am,
Functional
function.
unit.
Cell is called the functional unit, ma'am, because ma'am, in our body, ma'am, all tissues are made up of cells, and ma'am, tissues are
हाँ.
made up of organs, and organs perform something function in
Okay.
our body. That's why cell is the smallest part of organ is. That's why it's called the functional unit of life.
So how functional? Nah. You are saying that it is forming the body. That's very right. Okay, but then why we say functional? If it is forming the body, so then it is telling us that it is the structural unit. But why the functional unit? Sakshi, can you tell why the functional unit?
Ma'am, because cells are also essential for life processes,
Huh?
performing life processes, and
Huh? Performing which all functions are done? Can you name some? Huh?
form, nu- form
Cell के
structure
function. Huh?
and process nutrients and convert them into usable energy.
Okay, okay. Isha, can you add up to this? Isha,
Yes, ma'am. Some cells perform like many life processes
huh?
like
Further.
transportation, nutrition, respiration.
Huh? Very good. Okay, the cell will only carry out all the different functions. सेल के अंदर ही देखो प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस होता है, ये सब अच्छे से ध्यान रखना है. सेल के अंदर प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस भी होगा, सेल ही डिवाइड होगा तो बॉडी रिप्रोड्यूस कर पाएगी. Are you getting? When the cell will only help in which process? The digestion process also, because it will only make the different enzymes. और सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन जो होता है तो सेल के अंदर माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में ही होता है. यू गेट द एनर्जी बाय द रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस, दैट इज द सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन विच अकर्स इन द माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. तो एटीपी का सिंथेसिस कहाँ होता है? अंजन, वेयर द एटीपी सिंथेसाइज्ड? अंजन, जल्दी जल्दी बोलो,
I
अदरवाइज आई
don't.
थिंक दैट यू आर स्लीपिंग. हाँ अंजन.
Ma'am, in
अंजन,
mitochondria.
हाँ, ईशा के से ओके, ईशिका जोशी, where the ATPs are synthesized. Ishika,
Mitochondria.
mitochondria, very good. And where proteins are synthesized? Ishika, remembering where proteins are synthesized? Jayamandal, where proteins are synthesized?
Don't know, man.
Very bad. Anjan, where proteins are synthesized?
Ribosomes.
Very good. Ribosome. अब जयमंडल आप repeat करिए. Where proteins are synthesized?
Ribosomes.
No, you say the whole sentence.
The protein is synthesized inside the ribosomes.
Proteins are synthesized in the ribosomes. Okay, so this way you can understand that the functions are carried out inside the cell or by the cell. So we say it is the functional unit. I hope you have noted these few examples also what we are discussing, because I can give you this way the questions. You should be able to answer them. Okay, now next. So we have understood that why we are defining the cell as the structural and the functional unit of life. Now we'll come to the shape and size of the cells. You can quickly put the subheading shape and size of the cell. So can you tell something about the shape and size of the cell, Jatin? Actually, yesterday I said that you switch on your camera and show me your registers. That everyone is having the proper register and they have started doing it properly. So can you all do that work? Sakshi can show. Very nice. See, this way she has made the register and you have started the work in the same. Okay, अब जब भी बायोलॉजी क्लास होगी सब कुछ इसी में करना है, किसी और जगह कहीं कुछ नहीं लिखना है. ओके, वो रफ नहीं, कुछ फेयर नहीं, सब कुछ यही एक नोटबुक है. ओके, एवरीथिंग यू विल डू. कोई डेकोरेशन की जरूरत नहीं है. वॉट एवर वी आर डूइंग, कीप ऑन डूइंग इन द सेम. हु एल्स विल शो मी? जल्दी से कैमरा ऑन करो, जल्दी दिखाओ. Everyone was saying that yes, they all have the proper. Okay, Jatin is ready. Very nice. So you have started the work. Good. Nice. Because everything should be in this and कभी भी मन करता है बस ये नोटबुक उठाना है और पूरा आपको पढ़ना है इसी से। इशिका, गुड। तो जतिन को आज देख पाए हम। हाउ आर यू जतिन?
Ma'am, fine.
ओके। तो इशिका नाउ, जय
मैम अभी
मंडल।
मंगवा लूंगी मैं, अभी मंगवाया नहीं है मैंने।
अच्छा, अभी नहीं आ पाई है, ठीक है, तो वेरी सून यू गेट इट। जय
हाँ
मंडल।
मैम आज मंगवा लूंगी मैं।
ओके। जय मंडल। ओके, यू गॉट इट। इट्स अ न्यू वन। यू स्टार्टेड राइटिंग। दिखाओ कैसे लिखा है। जस्ट टर्न द पेज, ओपन इट। ओके। सो ट्राई टू बी वेरी सिंसियर जय मंडल। ओके, कुछ छूटना नहीं चाहिए। वैसे भी आप लिखते तो थे पूरा, बट पढ़ते नहीं, isn't it? अब लेकिन लिखना भी है बहुत सिस्टमैटिकली और वो पूरा याद भी रखना है। ओके जय मंडल, ठीक है। तो अंजन, इशाक, अंजन, इशाक। Okay, very nice. Anjan is also. Very good. Nice. I can read it also very clearly in Anjan's notebook. Okay, Ishak, your notebook. So this is a new notebook. Ishak,
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot make it out but the first page. Just turn it and show it to me. Okay, so it's a new one which you have made for biology only.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. So very nice. And Ashna, so I can see it okay, so no problem. Okay, only Ishika has to make it, na? So Ishika try to get it as early as possible. So that, because I'll keep on giving you some diagrams also to draw. So you have to draw it in the same notebook. जो भी काम है सब इसी में करते जाना है. Okay, so size and shape we are discussing. Now, Jatin, can you tell something about the size and shape? How the size and shape of the cell varies?
Ma'am, most cells are spherical in shape, and ma'am, they are microscopic and cannot be seen by naked eyes.
Okay, when we talk about the size, so all cells are microscopic, except, can you tell exception?
No, ma'am.
Why? Exceptions are there. Which cell you can see by your naked eyes?
From egg.
Egg, very good, Jamandal. Egg we can see. The hen, so many eggs are consumed, children. So those eggs are, they are the single cell. Remember, each egg is a single cell. And the biggest one, Jamandal?
Ostrich egg.
Very good. Okay, so some cells, most of the cells you find they are microscopic, but some cells, this way you can understand the range of the size. Some are so small that they are very minute, microscopic, and in that the smallest one we say PPLO, pneumonia like organism. Now, those who are having the textbook, I would like you all to read the first chapter. ओके, जो हम लोग ने स्टार्ट किया ना उसकी रीडिंग करना आज पहले पूरे सुनो, फिर बाद में क्लास के बाद में देन यू डू द रीडिंग. Is it clear? And then try to underline the thing. So the smallest cell is the PPLO and the biggest cell, Jayamandal will say it once again,
Ostrich egg.
ostrich egg. And ostrich egg weight, you know children, it is 2.5 kg. So you can understand it's so big. And it is also consumed, it is eaten, okay, by the people. So the ostrich people keep it for that purpose. So size we have discussed. Now what about the shape? How the shape varies. सारे cells का shape same होता है क्या?
No ma'am, they differ in shape.
हाँ, they differ in the shape. How? अलग अलग कुछ shape examples बोल सकते हैं क्या? Say it quickly. These are the things which we have done before. Anjan, can you say?
Red blood cell, white blood cell,
हाँ,
and
तो एग्जाम्पल्स भी
red
बोलते जाओ.
column में epithelial cell,
हाँ, ओके.
nerve cell.
Nerve cell is having a different structure, right? It is branched one. Blood cells, it is spherical. Okay, then which other cells? Then in the plants, so you have seen the cells which make up the different tissues. They have got a different structure, isn't it? So the tracheids and vessels and all which we have done, they have a totally different structure. So all cells you find that the shape will be different and shape will depend upon the organ, the structure which it is performing plus its function. According to the function and the organ which it has to make, the shape will be dependent on that, and the structure, that is the size, will also depend on that. Is it clear? Now number, tell me about the number. Do all the organisms will have the same number of the cells?
No, ma'am.
No. So how the number will vary? किसमें ज़्यादा होंगे किसमें कम होंगे?
Ma'am, it will depend on the size of organism.
It will depend upon the size of the. So now, can you give the example? Ishaq, can you give the example also? जल्दी बोलो फिर अपन आगे बढ़ते हैं फटाफट. This organism will have few cells. This organism will have more number of the cells. तो कुछ comparison तो करना है ना अपन को. One small
Ma'am,
animal.
for
हाँ
example, ma'am, humans will have more number of cells as compared to birds.
हाँ, okay, very good.
And ma'am, big animals like elephant will have a big, large,
हाँ,
more number of cells as compared to small animals.
correct, okay. And some, name some which have only one cell.
Ma'am, amoeba
हाँ, only amoeba.
and ma'am,
जल्दी से यूनिसेल ऑर्गेनिजम्स के नाम बता दो. जयमंडल कुछ बोलिए तो यूनिसेल ऑर्गेनिजम्स नेम्स, हाउ मेनी यू रिमेंबर? One तो amoeba Ishaq has said. Jayamandal, Ishika, quick.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. तो नंबर,
ma'am,
when we are talking
paramecium,
पैरामीशियम, ओके. बाकी जतन बीच में बोलते क्यों नहीं हो? क्लास में
मैम
कैसे बोलते आप?
बैक्टीरिया.
हाँ, बैक्टीरिया, ओके.
मैम प्रोटोजोआ.
प्रोटोजोआ तो एक ग्रुप हो गया.
मैम ये.
ईस्ट. हाँ. अंजन, यस यस अगेन.
ma'am, fungi,
मैम
फंज. हाँ, फंजाई में तो ग्रुप है ये फंजाई, तो उसको कुछ स्पेसिफिक बोलना पड़ेगा.
Mycoplasma.
हाँ.
Mycoplasma.
Mycoplasma, right? Okay, so this way you find you have given many examples that these all organisms have only one cell in their body. Okay, and then other cells, that is multicellular organisms, which we find they are having different sizes, and according to the size, they will have the number of the cell in their body. Okay, so you have understood, I hope everyone, that when you see an organism, whether it is a plant body or animal body, if you talk about the animal kingdom or the plant kingdom or any other living kingdom, the cell will form the structure, cell will only perform the function, the size of the different cells will be different, the shape of the cells will be different according to the organism, as well as the number of the cells will also vary according to the organism. Is it very clear this much? Now we come to the types of the cells. So take up quickly. So you know that the cell, when the life came on this earth, so the first cell was formed. But the first cell which was formed, it was very simple. But gradually as the time passed, the changes we observed. Okay, and then gradually the complexity increased. So the first cell which was formed, which you call it as a primitive cell. Now, what is the technical word? Who can tell me the primitive cell is known as? I'm giving you hint. अब जल्दी
मैम
से दो hand.
प्रोकारियोट्स.
Prokaryotic. Okay, so write down. On the basis of evolution, the cells we observe, they are prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Okay, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So the first cell formed means the primitive cells, they are known as the prokaryotic. And carrion word, karyotic word is coming from which word? Anyone will say? जल्दी जल्दी बता दीजिए ये सब.
Ma'am, it is nucleus.
न्यूक्लियर या कैरियोटिक वर्ड इज derived फ्रॉम कैरियन. ओके, जो भूल गए हैं तो जल्दी जल्दी नोटबुक पे सब लिख के जाया करें. Okay, prokaryotic. So pro you will break it and carry on. Karyotic also you separate it. So karyotic derived from carrion. Karyotic is derived from carrion. Okay, and it means the nucleus. So primitive nucleus, and the eukaryotic will have advanced nucleus. Advanced nucleus. So when we say nucleus, children try to understand prokaryotic में तो nucleus होता ही नहीं है. Okay, it has the nucleoid. What it has? Prokaryotic cell will have nucleoid. Okay, means the genetic material will be confined to the particular place in the center of the cell, but it will not be covered by the
Ma'am, nuclear membrane.
nuclear membrane. It will not be covered by the nuclear membrane, so you do not call it as a nucleus. Okay, because it is not covered by the membrane, so you don't call it a nucleus. What you call it? What you call it?
Nucleoid.
Nucleoid. Okay, ये बात अच्छे से याद रखना है. Okay, and then you find the genetic material is less. There is a single DNA strand. There is a single DNA strand, and you find here it's a very big. हम अगर यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स में देखते हैं तो जेनेटिक मटेरियल ज़्यादा है एंड इट इज़ अ long thread which is forming a network. And what is that network called? Anyone remembering? What is that network called? Anyone? Network, the threads are there which form the network. Got anyone the word? अंजन, न्यूक्लियस के अंदर वो बनाते थे, आप उसको लेबल क्या करते थे? Remember? Chromatin network now. What is it? Say, what is it?
Chromatin network.
Ah, everyone can switch on the mic and say, children, I'm telling you again and again. Okay, so chromatin network. And chromatin, it is made up of what? DNA. Okay, so prokaryotic cell will have a less genetic material. Understood now? So this way now eukaryotic cell will have the large amount of the DNA and it is having many chromosomes. तो वहाँ पर एक ही chromosome है, यहाँ पर many chromosomes will be there and chromosome number varies from organism to organism, that is from different one species to other species. That number of chromosome will vary. How many chromosomes do you have in your cell? Who will tell? How many chromosomes do you have in your cell? Anjan, this so you all have done.
Ma'am, please
Seven.
repeat question.
How much?
Ma'am, we have 24 pairs of chromosomes.
How many pairs? Again, Vishak?
Ma'am, 24.
24 कहाँ? एक
Ma'am,
बढ़ा दिया.
23 pairs.
Ma'am, 46.
हाँ,
6
23 pairs. मीन्स टोटल क्रोमोसोम्स कितने हो गए?
Ma'am, 46.
हाँ, तो रिमेम्बर ये तो कभी भूलना नहीं, अपने क्रोमोसोम एटलीस्ट याद रखो कि कितने हैं आपके पास. हाउ मेनी डू यू हैव इन योर
23
ईच?
pairs.
In each cell
Yeah.
of your body will have same number of chromosomes, that is total. Total how much? 46.
46.
Okay,
46.
because they
46.
are present in pairs, so that's why we say 23 pairs. Okay, so this way that is a very important part of the cell. Now, who will tell me quickly the other differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic? Or should I leave it and I can move ahead? What do you say? I want you all to write down the differences between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell in your same notebook. Is it clear? So you will read your textbook, which you have, and if you don't have the textbook, you can read it the other notebooks if you have or books you have. और अब तो मोबाइल हाथ में है तो फिर कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है, isn't it? Computers you have and mobiles you have, so you can search and you can get the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So अभी आपका काम क्या है? Prokaryotic and eukaryotic differences in the column form you write it in the same notebook and you will draw the cell. Which cell? Prokaryotic में आप बैक्टीरिया बनाओगे. Examples you have already noted. What are the examples of the prokaryotic cell? Jatin, can you tell the examples of the prokaryotic cell?
मैम बैक्टीरिया,
Very good. Bacteria.
मैम फंजाई,
हाँ, नहीं prokaryotic.
मैम
मैम अलगी,
एल्गी भी नहीं है बिल्कुल.
I'm protozoa.
Protozoa? No. It also has
यूकेरियोटिक
the well developed nucleus. अमीबा में देखो इतना अच्छा न्यूक्लियस आप ड्रॉ करते हो, फिर कैसे बोल दिया?
मैम
अमीबा
यूकेरियोटिक
प्रोटोजोआ में आता है. और बोलो, अभी जिसके वजह से हम लोग परेशान है उसको कैसे भूल रहे हो? आज हम लोग
Virus.
आप बैठे हैं, किसके कारण बैठे हैं?
virus, virus.
हम लोग स्कूल में होते. ओके. हाँ, so remember it. Viruses also have this type of the cell. Which type of the cell?
Unicellular.
Oh,
मैम
no, no.
A
प्रोकारियोटिक,
single cell.
Prokaryotic. Okay, write it. लिख लो जल्दी से. That is your bacteria, viruses. Then one more you find. That is your mycoplasma. Okay, they all are prokaryotes. ओके, उनमें न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता है, बहुत सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर होता है. ठीक है, तो आप यू विल मेक वन बैक्टीरिया and then you will make it, and those who can make the diagram of this virus which we are uh, that is troubling us, so you make that also. Is it clear? Take up that diagram also. And then one of the eukaryotic cell. So which one? That depends upon you. Okay, if you want to make the animal cell, you can make animal cell. If you want to make the plant cell, you can make the plant cell. Is it clear? So that is your choice. So one prokaryotic cell and one eukaryotic cell. Right now? Now we'll move ahead with the next. That is, so time is also up, na? So we should not start anything new. So today's work is over. Now next time I'll start with the videos also. I'll show you and we'll do the electron microscopic structure of the eukaryotic cell. Is it clear? So you will do what work now? Reading. What you'll do? Reading of 4 pages of your textbook. First 4 pages of this chapter plus differences notebook में लिख लेना है और diagrams बनाना. Done. And this way only you show me. Okay, tomorrow again, just in front of your camera you bring it and I'll be able to see. Then later I'll take up the PDF. Okay, when few more work you'll do it. Okay. So now Sakshi Ishika have the part. Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram. So you all can leave now, children.